Hey there guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm really excited to be making this video because it's actually going to be something new and something different. I'm going to be doing a cheat review like Mick Guidelines, Tabsware, all of those cheaters who do the cheat reviews. I'm going to be making one for one that I actually haven't seen from these people, and I may not be going into enough detail with it, but whatever. So if you guys do like this sort of thing, do let me know. If not, let me know as well. I will be doing normal videos as well as this, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. So we're actually going to be reviewing a cheat called RoyalHack today, and this cheat was actually referred to me by Tabsware. He did say that this was a good cheat to check out, considering he hadn't done it and most of the other YouTubers haven't taken a look at it yet. And so I thought, why not? So let's check out the menu first of all. The menu is actually pretty cool. As you can see, the menu's not up here in a box. It's actually at the bottom in tabs, and I honestly really like that. We're going to be going right to left for this, mostly because it goes from most important to least important, with the exception of these two. So let's first take a look at configs. You can have pretty much as many configs as you'd like. You can load them, save them, delete them, create them, name them whatever you want. This, honestly, to me, feels not needed because there's no rage features on this cheat. But to each his own if they want to make their multiple legit cheating configs. They do have a binds tab, so we'll take a look at this. So you can toggle on aimbot, P silent, trigger bot, ESP, ESP weapon, ESP grenade, ESP C4, ESP sound, toggle radar, panic key, and menu key. The only thing I would change on this, honestly, is the trigger bot, so you can have it on and off whenever you want. If you have the trigger bot set to just always be on or always be off. Going into skin changer, the skin changer honestly is pretty obnoxious because the knives don't work. As you can see here, they just don't work. Now it might be because I have my own real knives, but I don't think so. I think it's just broken. Under weapons, they do work, actually, because I definitely do not have a dragon lore, but as you can see, I do here, as well as the fire serpent. Don't have one, but I do with this cheat. That's pretty much all you need to know about the skin changer. Knives don't work, there's no glove changer, and weapons do work. Colors, this is to change the colors of the ESP, crosshairs, all that. There's no changing the menu, unfortunately, but personally that's not that big of a deal to me. That's just up to you guys. Crosshairs, now this is a completely useless tab in my opinion. You can't click the boxes with the crosshairs in them, so that's a huge letdown and pretty annoying that you have to click these little tiny dots that are pretty easy to miss. And not only that, but as you can see here, if I turn on this crosshair, your normal crosshair that you set up already stays, while the overlaid crosshair just sits over it, and this kind of defeats the whole purpose in my opinion. But again, whatever, to each his own. I don't like this. They have some cool crosshairs too. Like, I would definitely use some of these crosshairs if they got rid of your crosshair. You know, it's not that hard to code that, but whatever. They do have a radar here, their own little game external kind of radar. Works well. It's pretty simple. It's what you'd expect, and you can move it around by moving the actual tab around, which I think is honestly a really cool feature that cheats should have. You can also put it over your normal radar like that, but it won't be accurate, so not even worth doing. You can also put it over your crosshair here, if I can get it to line up right. There you go. So it's kind of lined up right there. You could change the opacity of the back a lot more. But this is just to, you know, be able to show you if there's someone behind you or not. Pretty interesting, and to get rid of it, you just click out of it. Now, the ESP, I'm going to go over this very quickly because it's honestly pretty underwhelming and it's pretty annoying. So, players, you have all this typical stuff. The only thing that I've seen different from normal cheats is that you get a full hitbox, which is honestly really cool and interesting in my opinion, although I would never use it because it's a little much. And the 2D boxes, now these really annoy me. They're the corner boxes, which I know some of you like, but in my opinion, they are absolute garbage, and they come with stock aimware, or aware, and yeah, I don't like it. Some people do, whatever. You can also have the health and the health bar on at the same time. The health bar is dynamic, so it changes based on, you know, their actual health, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much all for the player ESP. For weapons, you can throw down your weapons as you can see here, and you'll see that, throw those like that. Oh my god. Alright, you can see that it's a full box this time instead of the players. And you have distance, you have the name, all that, no issues. For the deagle, it does say Desert Eagle instead of Deagle, which I kind of personally prefer, considering the fact that, well, it looks more professional. I wouldn't have that on typically, but again, to each his own. So grenades work just as you think. You can watch the grenade go. You know, you can see if a grenade's coming at you. And you can also toggle on which grenades you see and you don't see, which I think is actually pretty interesting, and I like that a lot. Because then you can see flashbangs and HE grenades and Molotovs, but you don't really need to see decoys and smoke grenades coming at you. You can also turn on grenade trajectory, which this pisses me off to, like, I don't even know why it does, but it really does. Check it out. It shows you the trajectory after you throw it. It shows you the line after you throw it, and that's so annoying to me, because the whole point of grenade trajectory, in my opinion, is for you to be able to line up your nades, not for you to be able to see where it went. But again, whatever. C4, very obvious. This is just your C4 ESP. Got the explode timer, the diffuse timer, 2D box, all that. Sound ESP, this is actually pretty cool, and I don't see this in many cheats, at least a good one, and I honestly, personally think that this is a pretty decent one. So if you come out here, check it out, you can actually see the steps that they take. If you didn't have player ESP and just sound ESP, you could see where people are walking. I do like that. I think it's really cool. I think it's definitely worth having in a cheat if you know what you're doing and if you can do that. Now, moving on past ESP, because that's pretty much everything that's in the ESP, we'll go to our MISC tab. Very simple, you know, bunny hop, auto pistol, show ranks, auto accept, everything you need. All of them work. Bunny hop works well, doesn't mess up ever. There's no auto strafe, which honestly, I don't really care. I think that's totally fine, considering, again, this cheat is for legit, and that's it. Show ranks works, but no ranks are going to be shown because they're just bots. Auto accept works as well. Now, here comes the two most important parts of a cheat, in my opinion, especially for legit cheating: the trigger bot and the the aim bot. Excuse me. I like this a lot. I like the way their aim bot is set up, and I like the way their trigger bot is set up. I like how you can either have your default, or you can change each of these on their own individually. Not only that, but if you have default, you can also set different things for only an AK, for example. Which, as you can see, if I turn that off, and I turn my field of view all the way up on this one, on your default, it won't work. But if I turn that off, it'll work. And I think that is honestly a super cool feature, and I think that is something that more cheats should have, being able to change per weapon, but not be like limited to changing, like you shouldn't have to change every single weapon. TriggerBot works pretty much just as you think. It works very well. Same thing applies for the aimbot like this. Yeah. So under aimbot, we're gonna go now over the options. Now the options, they pissed me off the first time I saw them, but whatever. Default, they have through smoke on, which is absolutely absurd considering this is a legit cheat and you should not be shooting people and locking onto people through smoke. But that's besides the point. That's whatever. You can turn it off really easily. Whatever. Auto shoot, auto duck, exactly what you think. Ally, exactly what you think. You shoot at your teammates. Jumping, it means you can jump at the same time while you lock onto someone, vice versa. Hitboxes, you can choose multiple or just one. If I were you, I'd choose head, neck, chest, stomach, because then if you're aiming here on the person, it won't, and you don't have stomach on, for example, it won't switch, like it won't lock onto their chest instead. Makes it look nice. P silent aim doesn't work. As you can see here, doesn't work. Not at all. So don't even bother with it. Whatever. Humanize, this is basically where you set up your recoil control system, your smoothing, and how long you keep on the target. Visuals, you have your recoil crosshair. Basically shows you where your bullets are going to be going. Pretty simple. You don't obviously have to have this on. You can cheat just as well without it. Bind, you can change this to whatever. Mouse 1 if you just want to, auto shoot basically, without having to turn on auto shoot and use some other weird key. Again, very simple stuff. That's pretty much it, honestly, for aimbot. You have your priority, you have your field of view. Honestly, if I were you, keep your field of view at 1, because if you turn it up any more than that, it'll be broken as hell. The field of view seems to not work super great, because if I have two FOV, I'm aiming here, it'll snap on, but whatever. Also, a little disclaimer, if you use recoil control system from very far away, sometimes it will jitter around a good amount, which obviously should not happen, and it looks very AWare-like, but it doesn't happen every time. So, just when using recoil control system, be careful. TriggerBot, you have enabled through smoke, ally, all of these, don't use them. As you can see here, though, the hitboxes, you have head, neck, chest, stomach, pelvis, just like before. But the thing is, as you can see here, alright, you're gonna be like that, huh? Whatever. Oh, my fault. The hitboxes, there you go. The hitboxes are set to only head and neck at first, which is absurd considering you're using a TriggerBot for a reason. It's to be able to shoot at the enemy without you having to actually do it yourself. And if you have to, if it only shoots at the head, there's literally no point. No point at all. Works well, whatever. Humanize, don't touch this, don't touch this. Delay, do whatever. If I were you, at least for an op, if you're doing flick shots, I'd set it to be 0. If you're holding a corner, I'd set it between 30 milliseconds and 100 milliseconds. That's what I found to work very well. But again, all up to you. Bind, you can change it again from mouse 5 to be whatever. I do believe it's actually automatically mouse 5, which is nice. As you can see here, under default, it's on for all guns, but as you can see here, I have it on my AK. I have AK to be disabled. So you can see here, it doesn't shoot. I'm holding down that mouse 5 button, not shooting at all. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much this entire cheat. In conclusion, basically, it's whatever. It's okay. It's good cheat for €12. Not the best cheat you could get. There's definitely better. For example, iCheat, 420. I'm going to actually be doing some reviews on those two cheats very soon. But I don't know, guys. it's up to you if you want to get this. I'll leave a link in the description. I might make a video with this cheat if it's requested. But yeah, it's all up to you guys. I hope you do enjoy, and peace out.